Good morning, America. Al Graham for the K-Pixie Radio. In my radio station this morning doing a few projects. K-Pixie Radio, the only nuclear powered radio station on God's green earth. I'm surrounding the things that I love, I surround myself with, and it gives me a cool feeling I put on my radio. I'm doing a radio broadcast today, but I also broadcast local San Diego. I've got a good song on while I'm doing it, like. So they don't right now. So we're going to cut away from San Diego radio, and we're going to go to K-Pixie Radio. Today I'm talking to you about gambling. I don't like it. Don't like people who gamble. People say it's a harmless vice. I say it's not. I say it's a waste of money. Oh yeah, I love to go to the casino on the weekend. I worked hard. I'll go down. I'll drop a few hundred, 1 or 2 or 1,100. Well, 11,000. Oh, you got that money to waste? No. So today I got a special call from a special friend who said, my husband is over the edge with gambling and he spends a lot of money, would I come and talk to him? I said, yeah, but you know, I'm bringing a friend of mine. And she said, who? And I said, I'm bringing my Savior's mother. Her name is Virgen de Guadalupe. And if she comes and I come, we're also bringing all holy hell with us, which is actually heaven, but it feels like hell. To the drunk, hungover, or still drunk and still wanting to go back to the casino, still wanting to take some money from the house that was for a college fund or whatever it was saved for. He wanted to take it. There was a big dispute over whose money it was. And I said, I would come and mediate with pleasure. So I come utterly without portfolio, which means I never went to a university. I never went to a school. I was never educated, but I am a very good therapist. I've learned to do it over the last 50 years by working in the field with people and intuiting it mostly. But there we go, the gambler. I tell him this morning, listen, you spent a lot of money. He said, well, it's not even fucking. I said, yeah, well, I know that. But I'm making it my business because you're going to change your behavior. Next time you go to gambling, I'm going to send a friend of mine with you. And he said, who's that? And I said, Jesus Christ. He said, this is not funny. And I said, no, it's not. And he's a devout Catholic, this fellow, but he's also a bit of a hypocrite. No, I'm not going to mention your name, don't worry. So I told him, yeah, Jesus is always right there at the table with you. He's a gambler himself. And he said, this is not funny. I said, okay, look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So I pulled out a deck of cards like this. And I said, the ace. You know what I think of when I see the ace? He says, no. I said, I think if there's one God. And he looked at me and I said, and the 2 reminds me that the Old Testament and the New Testament, the Bible is divided into 2 parts. And I said, 3 reminds me of the Holy Trinity. All of these he knows because he's a Catholic. And so I'm kind of grinding and baiting his balls a bit. I said, 4, St. Matthew. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the 4 evangelists. Hello there. I said, the 5 wise virgins out of the 10. 5 are wise, the others were dingbats. They did it wrong. The parable of the 10 virgins, read it. When I see the 6, I say it took 6 days for God to make the earth. And I see the 7, and he rested on the 7. And on the 8th, there were only 8 people saved when God did away with Sodom and Gomorrah, or destroyed the world. There were Noah and his sons and his wife. You know, those 8. I forgot the 7, by the way. The 7 God rested on. Do you remember that? He rested on the 7th day. He made the earth on the 6 days, and he rested on the 7th. On the 5th day, those 5 wise virgins were given all holy hell to everybody. And in the end, 5 of them are smart, 5 of them weren't. In this case, no one's smart. The 9 reminds me of the 10 lepers that Jesus healed, and only one of them thanked him. Does that you remind? So, and then at the 10, of course, the 10 Commandments. And by this time, he's looking at me with rage and hatred in his heart because he knows yes, I'm just messing with him. But then I go on to tell him, well, wait a minute. There's a king. When I see the king, I think of Jesus as the king of heaven. And then I see Mary and I say, that's the mother of Jesus. And then when I see this bugger, the Jack or the Joker, I say, that's the devil. Yes, that's Satan. He's the one who tells us, let's go, let's just go. It's a few $100 at a casino. Have you ever noticed that, like, on all the spots, if you count them all up there, 365. That's how many days there are in the year. How about that? And did you know there are 52 cards, right? That's the number of the weeks in the year. Is that a coincidence? And the 13 tricks, or like in the game of whist or bridge, there are number 13 weeks in a quarter. Isn't that wild? And 12, well, face picture cards. 12 of them. You know. And that's like every month of the year. So there's quite a bit of like, coincidence.